Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So today, what I would like to do is read a chapter from one of the best way, what can I say, the favorite authors, the author that certain books have helped me to reframe my inner work, to reframe the pain, to reframe a lot of things of how I relate to the world and how I relate to my inner world. And I trust with this, what I'm going to share is that it helps you, or if not, that you enjoy the readings. And let me introduce the author, Neale Donald Walsch. And this is the book that I'm going to be reading from, The Wisdom of the Universe. I myself quite love it. If you would like to, if there's a specific question that you would like me to address, or you need clarity, or you would like to explore as well, let's do this together. Okay. And any experiences that you yourself, I would love to hear your own experiences. They also help too. Those are my favorite one as well. When you go, huh, and I will share when I read this, I will share with you uh, how the universe, the creator, whichever word you use, God, higher power, source, how it communicates with me and what I myself, on my own terms, allow myself to establish the connection or the relationship, whichever way you would like to refer to. And I invite you to share yours because we all have our own unique way of doing things, of connecting, of expressing, of being. And that's the beauty about all of us, right? As I have shared in the previous same, but different. And the importance of you unwrapping the best version of you because we need you. So let's start. So the question is, how do I know God is communicating with me? A beautiful question, right? How do I know? Especially coming from, we all have different backgrounds, we have different way of bringing, and we have all picked up stories of who God communicates to, who he doesn't, and which, if it's a feminine or masculine, all this. We have a lot of stories, and they're all very unique to ourselves. Some have been passed down to us, some have been distorted, and I myself have embarked over, so when is it? Over 15 years ago, I embarked on my own journey of discovery. What is it like for myself? What does it all mean to me when the word, for myself, the word God was distorted, it was weaponized. And so where I am now is I found my own way. And I invite everyone to find their own way to connect, whichever way it is it resonates for them. There's so many different ways of doing it, as well as I do for my daughter as well, and to listen to her experiences of how she connects to the higher power. So, the answer, right? Because God reaffirms. I talk to everyone all the time. The question is not to whom do I talk to, but who listens, right? Guilty. I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing. No, don't want to know. La 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 la. The whole universe will I use to do this. So be on the lookout. Watch. Listen. The words to the next song you hear. The information in the next article you read. The storyline of the next movie you watch. The chance utterance of the next person you meet, or the whisper of the next river, the next ocean, the next breeze that caresses your ear. All these devices are mine. All these avenues are open to me. I will speak to you if you will listen. Through thoughts, feelings, experiences, and words. I will come to you if you will invite me. However, God reminds us that his first tool is the voice within you, because it is the most accessible. The voice within is the loudest voice with which I speak, because it is the closest to you. It is the voice that tells you whether everything else is true or false, right or wrong, good or bad, as you have defined it. It is the radar that sets the course, steers the ship, guides the journey if you but let it. So stay awake, for God will bring you the exact right thoughts, words, or feelings at any given moment, suited precisely to the purpose at hand. Beautiful, right? Yes. I'm going to share, before I sign off, I'm going to share um, my ways of the way I connect and listen, and where I'm at is where sometimes I'm very specific, asking for guidance in specific words and specific animals, depending on my location, right? And it's quite amazing how it gets delivered, like it said in there, through outside world and then the internal, as I continue to reestablish the trust within self. And sometimes, yeah, I outsource that to outside world to connect to the internal world. That is for myself, right? And so Marissa one, I remember as I was walking back home, I had a minute between where I was to my destination. And I'm like, no, I demand, my terms and conditions are this. You need to deliver that answer now. By the time I get home, yes, look. So that's the beauty about us, right? Like I'm a kid, the parent. I allow myself to have those tantrums, whatever you want to call them, right? To express myself. If I'm not able to express to an adult, that's one avenue I have allowed myself to have. Anyways, so I'm like, you got a minute to deliver the answer to me now. So as I get into the gates, this entire force moves me to the left, and I watch. It's like time slows down. I don't know if you find that sometimes time slows down. The entire life just pause, like that slow moment, and I'm watching a BMW drive past, my favorite brand of the car, purple color has been coming over the last 5 years, my favorite color, and the number plates, red bag. So I found myself, well played, well played. Thank you for the answer. It's just absolutely beautiful. You know, it's amazing when you stay open, how it does, like I said in the book, how it does communicate, how it uses. And in my down moments, I remember I was really having an internal inner conflict, and I needed to move the energy. I've been exhausted. It was 10 years ago. And I remember throwing a big tantrum like, Creator, I don't ask what the actual F is happening. Talk to me. As I was still learning how to talk, how to ask, how to be, when I was already doing it, right? Um, so there I was, like, there. And it's like, just go for a drive. Go. So we ended up going for an hour and a half drive. And the next thing I know, I look down and I find a brand new pair of sunglasses. And that's the pair I wanted. And the answer was, you do need to ask. You don't just sit there passively, dear, and expect me to read your mind, because I need you to invite me in. I need you to talk to me. It's like, oh, damn, isn't that what it is in our relation connections? We want to be spoken with. We want to be connected. That's what we're fighting for a connection. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for that. And another of my beautiful experiences, uh, you know, as the way I look at the world, right? And I'm driving, and I set an intention. Songs. I communicate through like the my guiding team, creator, my heart. I do lean a lot through the music and through nature, a lot. That's like usually my first choice for myself. And so I created a playlist. I have a specific one, over 400 songs. Then I have individual ones, depending on what I'm trying to achieve. I create a follow, just listen to that inner voice. So that's usually inner voice, and I select those playlists. And that's for another topic. If you're interested, I can share that. And recently I've created a prayer songs, and they actually about the affirmations, and it's quite fascinating. But to come back, and so I'm like, okay, first one is a one from the creator, then I want a song from my heart, then I want a song from my late husband, then I want from my daughter, and then I want from if I had like a special person. Um, so I would set the intention as I'm driving. I'm like, answer, talk to me. And usually what I do ask is like, what would you like me to know right here, right now? Right. And if it is something that I need an answer, it's like, well, give it to me. Right. And I remember listening to that song, and I started belting out the lyrics. And the next thing I know, this Siri takes over, and the words come through the speakers. You are the spark to my plug, or you're the plug to my sparks. But it's in there. It's like, oh damn, how amazing is that? And so this just some of my experiences that I continue to experience. And the specific one, if I to also share for you, the specific one is a weekend ago. I prayed and I said, look, if this is what you would like me to do, I would like a specific one. Invite me to dinner. And I said, however, it's going to look like either I am going to be invited to dinner or I'm hearing that from somewhere, right? And so usually all I do if I watch something is I use YouTube, Hallmark. Love movies. And so what first time, 3 days in a row, I said over the weekend, like 3 days, right? I'm 72 hours. And in three movies that I picked, a female was invited to dinner. Exactly the words. Please, would you like to come over for dinner? It's like, okay, thank you for that. Thank you for that confirmation. So that's been my experience. And I would like to hear yours if you would like to share your experience. Because yes, our prayers, our questions, they always get answered. The question is, are you listening? As well as, are you asking?